Hey guys! Happy 2021 and cheers to the new year! Who else is as excited as I am for this new coming year? So as a way to say goodbye to 2020, I'd like to reflect on things that took place. Of course, we can't reflect on everything because it's been a pretty dense year. There's a lot of things that took place. Most of them super tough, super tough. Even me, I feel so privileged sometimes, as nobody I know and nobody I love that I know has had the illness that we're all dealing with. I don't want to say the word. And I'm not really struggling as far as a lot of people are with their job situations. So, and I'm stuck at home with my husband, who I love. We just got married this year in January, so before everything kind of roller coastered. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good situation, all things considered. And we have our 2 dogs, and even though this year has been pretty tough, nothing has felt more dividing and more disconnecting than this situation. Partly because everybody is suddenly political, even people who are not into politics at all, and it just got us so divided. This particular election got us so divided like never before. I have never seen this before. I've seen people very loyal to their candidates, but this has been especially intense for many reasons, but I don't want to get into that. I just wanted to mention that it was a tough year in that sense. Also, the lockdown. Of course, the lockdown, even though, as I said, I'm at home with my husband and my 2 dogs, and we all love each other and we all enjoy each other's company, it's still tough. I'm a pretty social person. I enjoy going to, let's say, yoga, or we had eye gazing events and all sorts of things where you connect with people and you talk, and it's very simple, but yet when it's missing and it's not there, it's of course tough. So on the bright side, there were many awesome things that came from this lockdown and this quarantine for me. Firstly, I started to love cooking. I used to cook because I like to know what's in my food. And when you eat out or buy prepared meals, it's hard to know what's in there. And I like to eat healthy, so I like to know what's in my food. So I cooked, but I never loved it. Probably 6 or 7 months ago, I went plant-based. So I'm 99.9% plant-based. And I started cooking differently. I started cooking vegan meals pretty much, and just started enjoying it so much. And now it's a form of art. It's a form and a way to express my creativity. So that's one. Because of the situation being so heavy, and because of being in lockdown, and because I'm in a place that has winter and I don't like winter, and my body has a tendency to go into seasonal depression, and I was not about to let that happen. So I knew I needed to work on my happiness from within more so because of these things. So I got into the habit of doing my meditation every day. And I always did my meditation, but it was never as consistent as it is right now. I also got into the habit of meditating every day. I've been meditating for years. I've done Vipassana, which is a silent meditation retreat. I've done it 6 times so far. So I'm not new to meditating, but I've never really been as consistent as I wanted to be. And definitely this year pushed me into consistency, which is one of the things I'm grateful for. Definitely there are things in 2020 that I'm grateful for. I made a habit of falling asleep to affirmations every day and waking up to affirmations every day. And the reason I do that is there is a state, a hypnotic state, when our brain goes into its natural hypnotic state. It happens every day when we're falling asleep. So there is a state between sleep and wakefulness where we're naturally very easily hypnotized. So why not use that time to hypnotize yourself into something positive or something that you're trying to achieve? And when I say achieve, I don't necessarily mean achieve something outside of yourself, like a relationship or money or something like that. I mean to achieve something within yourself, to cultivate confidence, to cultivate self-love, to cultivate a more positive outlook on life. So that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I think self-hypnosis via affirmations really helps, especially as you're falling asleep or as you're waking up. So that's another thing I started doing on a daily basis. Another thing is breath work, and I love breath work and I talk about it a lot. And there was a time that my husband and I were doing breath work every day together, and that was really awesome and really helpful. But our rhythm has changed a little bit, and now we do it once in a while. But I really want to get back into it actually. So I think that's gonna be one of my intentions for 2021. Another thing I want to say is I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions, because just because the year changes, you're still staying the same. So don't feel like you have to make a million resolutions, because a lot of people overwhelm themselves with things that are too big at first, and they don't end up doing any of them. So I think it's best, and what I do is I set resolutions and goals and intentions every couple of weeks, really, every couple of weeks. And sometimes it doesn't go through and sometimes it does. And actually for this, I like to use the 5-5-5 method, just so it's not just a resolution, it's actually programmed into your mind, and like it becomes part of your energy field. It becomes so much easier to achieve because you actually start to believe that you already have it, which is pretty much the basis of manifest. And another thing I started doing daily is journaling. Journaling, writing my 5-minute journal, part of, I guess the most important part of which is gratitude. And starting my day with gratitude is absolutely amazing. I think that it changes the whole day. It changes the whole day because you're really creating the energy of abundance, and I don't mean financial necessarily, just abundance of everything in your life, everything good. And you're not waking up with the energy of lack and just putting clutter in your mind with whatever news or whatever else, or emails or text messages that came in while you were sleeping. Like there's always some sort of noise going on, and sometimes it's important, other times it's not so important. But what you feed yourself and your mind the first thing in the morning, it determines how your day is gonna go. So it's best to feed your mind with like gratitude and positivity and just great energy. And again, affirmations, because that's the second time we're very programmable, is when we just woke up in the morning. But it's kind of harder to catch because you're still pretty sleepy, and I like the affirmations at night a little bit better, but if you can do both, why not? So, but 2021, oh my god, I'm so excited about this year. I'm so excited because it's a new beginning, and 2020, which was just a roller coaster really, is over, and we get to feel this new beginning. So I want to invite you to manifest together a better world, to manifest happiness for ourselves, but also just peace and unity, because we're very divided right now and we need to be united. And there were glimpses of unity in 2022 where people came together for just the right causes, and that was amazing to see. I really want us to come together without some global catastrophe. We don't need a global catastrophe to come together. I want people to be happy, and that's my vision. Actually, when I first started this channel, I even posted my vision about everybody being happy and everybody having what they want, the positive things, you know, because that makes the world a better place. Just think about it. You see people leaving a negative comment on YouTube videos. And I'm not even talking about something like what I'm doing. Like, there was a video that I was watching on how to cook artichoke, and there were like 10% dislike. It was a good video. It was a simple video on how to cook artichoke, and there were like 10% of people disliked the video, and there were like negative comments there. It's just so silly to me that somebody would do that. I don't think I've ever left a mean comment. I don't see why, when you're content with yourself and you're happy, you wouldn't go and leave a negative comment. So it makes me feel sad. It actually makes me feel sad, because I know that that actually is a cry for help. That is people miserable, people screaming from misery, and that's how it comes out. It comes out with negativity towards other people. And if those people on the receiving end are unaware, people do this out of misery and out of low self-worth, they might take it personally, and they might, you know, not make another video. And I'll tell you, it's not always easy to make videos, even though it seems like what is there to it. But I know some of them who are watching this have your own channels, and you probably know that it's, first of all, it's a lot of steps, and then it's opening yourself up, and it's being vulnerable, and it's putting yourself out there and opening yourself up to potentially people who are not don't have your best interests in heart. There's just a lot that goes into it, just being comfortable in front of the camera, because this is not natural. Anyway, I digress. Let's imagine and let's manifest and let's visualize a better, more united people, just happier world. And of course, visualize things for yourself, things that are gonna make you happy, and things within yourself. I would say that's even more important, because when you cultivate happiness within yourself and you're just a joyful person, first of all, when hard things happen, it's easier for you to deal with them. And of course, you can't always be joyful and blissful, but your baseline tends to raise when you're working on yourself and you're working consciously and intentionally on cultivating positivity within yourself. It actually happens automatically that good things come towards you, and the things that you desire come to you more easily. It's easier to act on things, because part of the words, the law of attraction, is action, right? So it's easier for you to act, and it's easier to manifest, and even people that you encounter are more and more positive. And that's what happened to me. Like, I had all sorts of people in my life, and the more I became myself, the more I kind of stepped into my power, the more I started to love myself and see my worth, the more positive people appeared in my life who also loved me and who also saw my worth, and who were content and in love with life and with themselves too, which is a whole different type of person. They're not people who need something from you, or they're just there because to experience life together, to share the joy and to share the sadness. I'm very grateful to have those kind of people, and I definitely, my big wish for everybody is to have at least one amazing friend who you can be truly you with. So let's imagine this kind of world for 2021 where we're all amazing towards each other, and we're all kind and loving towards ourselves, and we're all united and compassionate towards one another. Thank you for watching. If you want to help me achieve my goals for 2021 of reaching as many people as possible and spreading the message of self-empowerment, manifestation, law of attraction, and spiritual and personal growth, don't forget to subscribe and also share this video or any of my videos with one friend who you think will find it helpful. Thanks again for watching. You're awesome. Have a wonderful, wonderful new year, 2021.